19 individuals linked to the Mexican Mafia prison gang have been charged by the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for their alleged involvement in a conspiracy to murder popular Sureno rapper Swifty Blue, legal name Nelson Abrego. Abrego, an East Side Paramount gang member in his own right, has been a target of the Mexican Mafia since December 2022.
In California this week, federal prosecutors are trying to do something that no law enforcement agency has been able to do: break up one of the nation's most violent prison gangs. On trial, facing racketeering charges, are 13 leaders of a group known as La M, Spanish for the letter M, which stands for Mexican Mafia. But in this case, it also stands for murder. ABC's Ken Kashiwahara has had a rare opportunity to see the gang at work.
As gangland executions go, this one was especially vicious. 5 people shot to death, including a 5-year-old and a baby. Prosecutors say it was ordered by the Mexican Mafia to make an example of gang members who were disloyal.
There's no type of murder that can be conceived of that would be unusual for a Mexican Mafia member.
Ramon Mendoza, a former member now in the Witness Protection Program, was recruited into the Mexican Mafia while serving time for murder in California's San Quentin prison. He had decapitated a rival gang member with a machete.
The Mexican Mafia, bar none, is the most violent prison gang in the system. When we walked the yard, we feared no one. We feared not the guards, not the inmates around us.
That violence is no longer confined to prisons. Now the gang is using the same ruthlessness to control drug distribution throughout Southern California's Latino communities. That viciousness was captured in the movie American Me. But prosecutors say gang leaders found the movie insulting and ordered the murder of neighborhood activist Ana Lizarraga, who served as a technical advisor and had a bit part in the film. Lizarraga was gunned down in her driveway.
The outside world is like a playground for us. When we're out on the streets, we have no regard for human life.
Just how little regard is made clear in this FBI surveillance video at a meeting of Mexican Mafia leaders.
Somebody wants to kill him. But I figured we could get some use out of him in the meantime and then take him out.
The Mexican Mafia is far more than a street gang. It is a very powerful and well-organized group of long-standing that really exerts control over other street gangs throughout the Hispanic community.
It is their discipline and organization that makes it difficult for police to combat. One stronghold, Ramona Gardens in East Los Angeles, home of a street gang called Hazard, a gang controlled by the Mexican Mafia. So they carry out their executions here.
Oh, without a doubt.
Sergeant Raymond Montijo, who has been on the gang beat for years, says the Mexican Mafia rules neighborhoods and their street gangs through fear. Are you guys members of Hazard?
See what I mean?
Yeah.
They're afraid to talk. And if some guy talks, they'll do him in.
Mexican Mafia members are not afraid to kill because they don't fear the punishment. By trying them in federal court, prosecutors hope to break up the gang. They'll move the leaders out of California and disperse them throughout the federal prison system. But those who study gangs wonder if that will simply spread the problem. Ken Kashiwahara, ABC News.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another episode of Greenlit Gang TV. Much love, much appreciation. Thank you guys so much for checking out the channel today. Really appreciate you being here. Really quick, before we jump into it, let's do the intros. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. I really appreciate it. If you do like the video, go back, check out some other content, and let me know what you think. If you're somebody who is regular to the channel, a regular viewer, supporter, then you already know how much you guys mean to me. Thank you guys so much. We are creeping in on 20,000 subscribers. I still think we might be able to get it in June, but if not, we're going to get it in July. So again, big shout out to everybody. Again, truly humbled by all of it. The videos have been doing very well. 2025 has been a great year. And that's all because of you guys. Lastly, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, hit the like button, hit the comment button, engage in some conversation, and hit that subscribe button. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, really quick before we jump into it, I wanted to give a big shout out to everybody who commented on the last video. Loved hearing about the professions. Really loved hearing about how much clean time some of you have and share. the success stories of family, like you guys said, I was locked up once or twice. I was an addict for 10 plus years, but now I do this for work and I got a beautiful wife and beautiful kids and whatever. Just, even if you're not married, even if you don't have kids, even if you're just clean, doing your thing, man, congratulations. Seriously, people have no idea how hard that is. And again, big ups to everybody who commented, and I loved hearing about it. Okay, so gonna have kind of a short one for you on this Friday. We've been cranking them out this week. Work's been absolutely crazy, but had to cover this story covering Swifty Blue, a popular Sureno rapper, Eastside Paramount gang member, and the target of the Mexican Mafia apparently since 2022. They got to him once in a county jail, stabbed him up, but he survived. Since then, looked like and seemed like there were plans to go after him, but they were never quite able to get to him. So really quick, little background on him. Who is Swifty Blue? Legal name, Nelson Abrego. Is a Los Angeles rapper who is known for his hip-hop with heavy Latin influence. Swifty Blue is signed with Grimy Records and OTR Records. Abrego has a complicated relationship with the Mexican Mafia. It's like, okay, that's the understatement of the year, and often raps about criminal activities. As per an article published by the LA Times in 2024, Abrego is a child of Salvadorian immigrants. His father worked as a carpenter and his mother as a housekeeper. I'll be honest with you, until this article came out, I never heard of him. I am a fan of rap. I like rock. I like country. I like it all. I'm a rap fan as well. I had never heard of him. I do listen to Mexican gangster rap. I had not heard of Swifty Blue until this came out. But yeah, he definitely seems to be about that life. Definitely seems to be fully enveloped in the gang culture, and his entire persona emits that. He definitely gives that off. Now, the one thing with rappers are, and you all know if you do listen to rap, even if you just watch the media or watch YouTube or anything, a lot of them aren't really what they portray themselves to be. And I cannot speak to Swifty Blue. I can't. I just read that at the age of 15, he followed his older brother into the Eastside Paramount gang, which he proudly flaunts multiple tattoos of. And in the 10th grade, Blue was suspended from Paramount High School from smoking marijuana, which he referred to as gangbanging. I wouldn't really call smoking weed as gangbanging, because then we'd all be gangbanging because we all smoked weed in high school, right? I'm just kidding on that. But the point is, if I don't know enough about him to say either way, right? I watched little clips. You see the little clip I put up where he seems to be pressing, it says an Asian boy's gang member. I'll be honest, in that clip, that guy did not look like a gang member. He just looked like someone who maybe didn't even speak very good English, who was just trying to ride his bike. And Swifty Blue ran up to him and told him, this is, Paramount Hood, whatever, get out of here. I try to keep my opinions low. I try not to say too much one way or the other on these videos, but that did not impress me, to say the least, that little snippet I saw. But regardless, he's an up-and-coming rapper, seems to be pretty popular. And now that this story broke, I feel like his popularity is only going to rise because of this. We're going to be reading from an article just kind of describing the breakdown, some of the main players in this, some of the guys that were at the head of this story and the head of the Mexican Mafia, some of the guys that were calling the shots. And yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So, article is from basically today. 19 individuals linked to the Mexican Mafia and prison gang have been charged by the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for their alleged involvement in a conspiracy to murder popular social media rapper Swifty Blue. What we know, the charges relate to their roles in a conspiracy to murder a well-known rapper due to perceived infractions against the Mexican Mafia, according to the FBI. The conspiracy to murder the victim, rapper Swifty Blue, member legal name Nelson Abrego, is alleged to have been coordinated by a member of the Mexican Mafia and several high-ranking associates, with coordination occurring in Los Angeles County within the California prison system and from inside the LA County Jail. According to investigators, a Mexican Mafia member referred to as, quote, the elegant one, placed the rapper, real name Nelson Abrego, on the Greenlit list, meaning the victim was marked for death. An armed Mexican Mafia associate is alleged to have gone to the Abrego family home in efforts to find and kill him after another Mexican Mafia associate followed him on social media, learning of his location. I will say this. That is how so many rappers end up dead. If you look at there's so many situations. Pop Smoke was murdered in LA after he posted a picture of his Airbnb he was at. They got the address off like a package and a picture. Home invasion robbery, they smoked him. PNB Rock was killed at a Waffle House. They said part of it might have been because the woman he was with posted their location. They're hanging out. He gets killed. If you are a rapper People think LA is sweet. They fall in love with the palm trees. They fall in love with the nice weather, the pretty girls. You are a mark. You are absolutely a mark. Now, Swifty Blue's case isn't so much. He's not an outsider coming into LA thinking stuff sweet. But regardless, you're posting your location. You're posting up. You got jewelry. You're saying, hey, we're outside. We're out here. You're dissing your ops. Man, you become a target. People become envious of you. And they're going to look for any reason, like they said right here, they're going to look for any reason to greenlight you. You're in and out of the jails. You're getting picked up on maybe a gun charge, on this sort of a charge. You come across these guys. They look at you as someone who, man, this guy thinks he's better than me. This guy thinks he's not on my level. They perceive it as disrespect. And that goes up the chain of command. And pretty soon you got people showing up to your family, your family's address. The conspiracy to murder Abrego began in December of 2022, according to the FBI. During the investigation, a Mexican Mafia associate learned that Abrego had arrested and been incarcerated in the LA County Jail. A Mexican Mafia member in a recorded jail call in 2022 noted that another unnamed member of the organization was demanding money from Swifty Blue for disrespecting him. When asked about the Latin artist's affiliation to gangs subservient to the Mexican Mafia, Blue said, quote, "It's hard for you to be independent, an independent Southern California rapper, since artists have to deal with, quote, gang politics, including, quote, rules and regulations. Artists are supposed to follow them from, quote, the jail to the streets." Mexican Mafia inmates known as shot callers in leadership positions are alleged to have called Mexican Mafia shot callers in a California prison and associates on the streets to confirm the Abrego's green light status. When the green light status was confirmed, remember they said, okay, now he's in this jail. Mexican Mafia associates within the Los Angeles County Jail, known as Surenos or soldiers, attacked Swifty Blue using a weapon, the FBI said. Abrego was transported to a hospital for treatment of his injuries. When Mexican Mafia shot callers learned Abrego survived the attack, they are alleged to have begun a new plan to find and kill him. However, Abrego was released from jail days later before he could be attacked again. After being released from LA County Jail, Mexican Mafia associates are alleged to have continued to try to find and kill Abrego, continuing to follow him on social media to find his location. What they're saying: the defendants engaged in a criminal conspiracy to murder an individual by acting as road judges, juries, and executioners, said the assistant director in charge of the FBI's LA's field office. Quote, "Today's successful operation resulted in state charges is just the latest blow to the Mexican Mafia hierarchy that operates within the prison system and which threatens jail workers, fellow inmates, and spills over into the streets of our communities." It's absolutely crazy, man. They go on to talk about how they won't tolerate crime, blah, blah, blah. And the authorities, I put his picture up. The only one who hasn't been caught yet is 37-year-old Joshua Ewan of Paramount. Same hood, actually. It's interestingly enough that Swifty Blue's from. He's considered a fugitive. To end this video, I'm going to wrap this up. The following 7 suspects were arrested at their homes on June 18th, 2025. Manuel Quintero, 49, of Paramount. Again, from Swifty Blue, same hood. I put his picture up. He is a big dog in this. Patricia Esquivel, 45, of Palmdale. Domingo Gonzalez, 66, of Bellflower. Jude Valley, 48, of Pomona. Carl Brown, 31, of Gardena. Glendy Orozco Lechug, 29, of Gardena. And San Juana Macias, 26, of LA. There were also additional people who were already in custody who were just charged on top of the charges they're facing that placed them in custody in the first place. But there you guys have it. Kind of a short one there for a Friday. I really hope you guys enjoy it, and I will be bringing you guys another video very soon. Until next time, you already know what it is. Peace.